Oh, welcome to the Dr. Dare Show live on Facebook and YouTube. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope everybody is having a good Friday night. Um, yes, I am. This week has went by fast, um, and glad it is Friday. Uh, Glad it is Friday. Sorry, I'm trying to share and talk at the same time. Yes, and so glad it is Friday for me. I've had a long week. Hey, Angela, any issues today with the sound or anything like that? Since you're on, my guest is hopefully he'll be joining in a second. He was having some technical difficulties, so um, yes, so we're having a good discussion tonight. The topic will be if the guest can make it, Uncontrollable Control by Ervin Middleton. He talks about his experience with being bipolar and DID. And so hopefully he can join and we can get into the book. Um, thank God it's Friday, Angela, right? Yes. I'm like, oh my God. And that class was so hot that I'm just like I had to, excuse me, come home and drink so much water just to hydrate myself. But we are here. It is Friday. Hopefully our guests can join. If not, we will switch the topic. We're always prepared to switch the topic to whatever we need to talk about, but the show will go on. Yes. Hey Nicole Kelly, Pina Colada. I don't know why I was calling you that earlier, but it just seemed like it fit. So yeah, waiting for our guest to join. He was having technical difficulties, but even if we don't, if he doesn't show up, we will create a topic. We're good for it. Um, and so yes, 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 yes. How's your week been, Kelly? How's your week been, Angela? Thank y'all for joining tonight. I am sharing this video, which is why I'm on here now. Let me go find it so I can. Uh, Hey, Karen. Karen, are you hydrated yet? Hydrated, hydrated. So tonight we're talking with Arthur, if he shows up, author of the book um, Uncontrollable Control, Ervin Middleton. He's going to be on the show talking about. Um, so Karen said hello. Um, Kelly's laughing at me. Kelly says hello. Uh, Say it went by fast. Angela said it was a little busy. She was multitasking. Yes, yes. This week was hectic for me. Like, oh my God, one thing throws me off. If I do one thing out of my regular schedule, then it throws me off. Hey, Gregory Fitzgerald Martin from Hampton, Virginia. I haven't I haven't talked to you in a few minutes, Gregory. Glad you could join. Um, Yeah, Karen, you said you're still trying to stay hydrated. I know, I know. Me too. I have my water right here. 'Cause I'm like, oh my gosh, that classroom was really, 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 really hot. So our guest, he's struggling to get on. Hopefully, he'll see this live and join here. Um, but his book is called Uncontrollable Control. His name is Ervin Middleton, and he suffers from bipolar and DID, which is dissociative identity disorder, and I will explain that later. I actually have I have a client that has that, um, and so we will talk about those topics and what that looks like. That's what we're talking about, Greg. Today we're talking about um, uncontrollable control. Ervin Middleton, the author who's going to join us tonight, is let me see if I can hold on. I'm gonna try to help him join in through the live. Um, Send you the link. Okay. Um. Uh. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me, bear with me. So yeah, anything interesting happened to anybody this week? But yeah, Greg, that's what we're talking about. Sorry. We're talking about his Irvin trying to control his bipolar behavior and trying to control his dissociative identity disorder. You guys may have heard that it's usually called um like multiple personality disorder, or where's my page? That's what it used to be called back in the day when people have different personalities. Um, but yeah. Oh, sorry. Why am I not on my page that I'm supposed to be on, and I'm seeing things that? Yeah, I don't see my live. Hold on. Yeah. So anything interesting happened to anybody? Is Hampton, Virginia hot like Georgia is right now? Georgia is like burning up, and yeah. Let me see. Oh, there we go. How's your week been, Kelly? How's your week been, Angela? See my live. Copy link. Okay, there we go. So I found it on my own page. Let me see if I can get this to him so he can join. Um, yeah, New York is hot. Oh yeah, I'm sure it is hot. Oh my God, I've been there in during the summer before, and that was scorching hot. So yeah, let me find him. Why is it not showing him? Oh, sorry, I'm trying to help the guest get on with us so he can talk about his book. There he is. Okay. Virginia is very hot too. Okay. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to help the guest get on. But yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. Um, I know everybody is talking about the Roe versus Wade case that was overturned, which really takes the rights from women to have abortions. And I think, what do y'all think about that topic? What do y'all think? Anybody been keeping up with that? I haven't really read all the details of everything, but I know social media is really, really, really talking about that. Um, yeah, let me see. Set the moon, boom, boom. Set, oh, oh, there you are, Irvin. Okay, so let me see if I can invite you as a guest. Let's see. Uh, so he's on, but let me see. See if I can add him from here. Oh, oh, oh. Back to the 1750s, Karen. Yeah, that's what everybody feels like. Here we go. What else will they start working on or trying to focus on? Ooh, okay, let me see. Uh, Add to the block list. I don't want to do that. Um, Add a source. No, never had to add anybody from this perspective. Dogs get better treatment. If you can't give birth, you shouldn't be able to decide what a woman can and cannot do with her body. I agree, Kelly. It's like, uh, why are men trying to make decisions for women um, in this situation? Um, in any situation. So Irvin, I'm trying to see how to add you. The only way that you can be added in this stream is through that link I sent you. Um, let's see. Mm, 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 mm. Let's see. Try this link one more time, Irvin. Try to, because I thought it would let me add you via here, but it's not, which is weird. And Kelly says places us back in the 1950s. Yes, yes. Times are just, it just seems like everything is going backwards and we should be moving forward. Okay, there you are. And let's see.
Times
Can
are
you,
just, it just seems like
there
everything is
you are.
backwards and we should be moving forward. Okay, there you are.
Okay, hold on,
And
hold on. Let
let's
me
see.
get off of
Times are
here.
just, it just seems like everything there you are.
Yep.
And we should be moving forward.
Okay.
Okay, there you are.
Yeah. Now we're good. Yeah. That devil
Well,
was trying.
he was trying to keep you
You've
from.
been trying.
Well, you made it. You conquered him, right?
Damn right. The devil is not welcome here.
So welcome, 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 welcome. I started talking about the abortions because I didn't know if you were coming, so we were talking about the rape versus. But now we're back on track. So we are going to shift gears back to. Let's see.
I don't agree with that whole government thing, like in no way, shape, or form. Anyway,
Right.
trying
Okay.
to take people back to the 1875. Okay, man, you done pissed the goddess off.
Right.
Careful for what's about to come. Y'all done seen Hancock.
Okay. So sorry, I'm trying to put your information back up.
Mm-hmm.
So welcome. I was going to call you a doctor. Am I speaking it into existence?
I am a doctor. I don't have a degree, but I am a healer. So, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to welcome author of the book Uncontrollable Controlled, Ervin Middleton. And so tell us a little bit about yourself, since we got a few people on here already waiting and
Cool.
listening.
Well,
Yeah.
hi, everybody. I am Ervin Middleton. I'm the author of Uncontrollable Control. This is my baby right here. This is my baby. I love her so much. Oh my God, yes. So, a little bit about me. So, this is what I tell everybody. I look like I'm normal, whatever you say.
Hmm.
But it took a very long time, took years to get here. And this is the basis of the book. I was born when I was 3 years old. My mother beat me in the head, which killed me at 3 years old. I was in a coma for 6 months. From about 3 to about 5, I had to learn to read, walk, write, talk, everything all over again. From like
Hmm.
4 to 9 years old, I was molested, raped, thrown out of a second-story window. My mother made me eat my own feces, drink my own urine, then gave me up for adoption. So I went through like 22 foster homes, a bunch of orphanages. I've lived with every color of the rainbow.
Hmm.
Um, and I've died 7 times, literally. My life that I lived, I really did not know that I had any kind of issues. I had people around me saying, hey, you need help. You're this, you're that. But nobody was pointing me in the direction of how to get it.
Hmm.
It wasn't until 2011 when I was running from the law, literally, because child support was kicking my ass. And that was about the time they was beating up black men for no reason. So I left. I ran because I
Hmm.
couldn't fight from here. Um, I handled all my child support from there, the financial part, and came back.
Hmm.
But while I was there, that's when it took me about 15 years of psychiatry, meds, therapists. I got on disability in Seattle because I am currently on disability
Okay.
too. But I did all of that, and it took years to actually get to what you see today. I've always looked like sexy as, oh, get out. I've always looked great. But
I love
Um,
the confidence. Okay.
oh yes, I've got another book called Cocky, Conceited, and Convinced. Look for it in 2024.
All right. All right.
Um, it's because of the baseball bat to the head. That's where everything originated. So
Mm-hmm.
over years, when I was 16, my grandmother even had me at MUSC here in Charleston, and they were telling me, "Well, you're diagnosed with this, which was PTSD, bipolar. At the time, was bipolar just one. Now it's like 2 and 3,
Right.
and paranoid schizophrenia with high psychotic intentions." Um, I got up and I walked out. I was like, "Shit, fuck y'all. I'm not crazy."
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother at the time was also my foster mother, because in order to get me to Charleston, because Seattle, Washington forgot me, she had to become a foster mother. And she reminded me before she died, God rest her dead, Dad, well, had you not done that, your children would have a check and you would never have to pay child support. Well, you were my foster mother. That was your job, not mine. I'm 16.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
Mm-hmm.
nobody want to hear at 16, hey, you're fucked up. You're crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So the book, that's about me. Now, that is what I come from.
Okay.
I'm different. Completely different. I'm not the norm, and I've spent time in the norm, and I don't like it. It's not me. I try to fit in. I don't.
And you don't have to.
I don't, and I
Mm-mm.
won't.
Mm-hmm.
And to this day, after all of that, and I've done my fair share of like fucking up.
Mm-hmm.
Accountability for everything I did, bad, good, all of it, because it's still me. Um, Overcoming all of that, it's still taking a process, because I have people tell me, you overcame this and you overcame, like, no, I just survived it.
Mm-hmm.
I just go through it. Today, I am a published author. I am a musician. Just started a comedy show. We just became an LLC 3 days ago. Big ups to Scratch Made Comedy LLC, coming at y'all, coming at y'all, coming at y'all. Yeah. Um, I am a father, grandfather, husband, friend, lover. I am all of that. And yes, I am a black man with D.I.D. So today I am Lanier. Tomorrow I could be Ervin. Who knows what can happen at any time during this thing? I could switch up, flip up. It just happens.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's just the way it is.
And I have clients that have DID, so I work with them. I can tell when the switch happens.
Mhm.
So you said, let's go back to some things. So
Yeah,
first of all, why did you title your book Uncontrollable Control? Like what it
because it's uncontrollable. I spent years trying to control it. The only thing you can do with mental issues, because it's unseen, is manage it.
Right.
I don't care how many doctors say they know this. I don't give a damn about none of that. I don't know how they do theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Mine has been uncontrollable, like forever. It's just, I'm almost 50 years old. Don't I look good, y'all? Don't I look good, y'all? I'm almost 50 years old and I'm still dealing with it today. And people are
Mm-hmm.
still look at me and be like, well, you don't look like, and you don't look like you have, and you don't look like, and that pisses me off, because it's mental issues. It's the
Right.
seen. People spend so much time. They see the ones with physical deformities, or like my daughter, she's autistic. They can see that, and everybody has a heart for what they see. But the ones they
Mm-hmm.
don't see, there's a fear stigmatism on it. People are afraid of it. Oh my God, he's this. Oh, I'm going through a situation right now where, because of my past that was handed to me, it's being broadcast and launched as if it's supposed to hurt me.
Wow.
And
Okay.
I never knew there was people that mean. But then again, the government just overturned Roe versus Wade, so
Anything and can happen. So when you were 3 years old, you said your mom hit you with
a baseball bat.
was
Yeah,
what was going on with her? What was
I wish I knew.
okay.
That's something, even to this day, I don't know, because it was only done to me. My brother and sister never got any of the treatment I got, but my aunt,
Mm-hmm.
my auntie mommy, she did. So I'm not sure what um she was going through. It was said that she got with my father and something happened, and then she went to New York, got on drugs, and I don't know.
You don't
All I
know,
know,
Patricia.
is that from the age of 3 to 9 years old, I had went through what most 60-year-olds go through.
Wow. And
Um,
Due
Yeah.
to that, due to that trauma, what was the mental outcome? Was it the bipolar and the dissociative identity disorder, or
All of
no?
it, every
All of that came.
single, because I was in foster care actually a few times. The first time when she hit me, she went to jail. I went to foster care then.
Okay.
Back then, they didn't have as much, I guess, information or stuff. So I got back to her. I have no idea how. Um, and it just kept on going from there. They said, because I did some research myself and got all my paperwork, and she went to some classes and made everything look good on paper, which most people, they're like, I'm gonna look good because I'm being watched. And then behind closed doors, I would get molested by her Johns because she was a prostitute. So at
Gotcha.
5 years old, I got a dick in my mouth or something.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I grew up with a sex addiction. It's even in my book.
Okay.
So,
So sex addiction, and then so explain to people who don't know what a person with bipolar goes through, just briefly.
for me, now I'm
Hmm.
not sure about everybody. I can only literally
Yeah, you can only talk about your
right,
experience,
but for
right?
me, the bipolar is 1 minute I'm super super happy. I can be real excited, and at one point in time there was a slowing on the left side of my brain, according to my neurologist. So I'm super super high, and I'm going, which has always been me. But that's the manic part of me too, because I was
Right,
manic depressive. So I keep on going, and then the next minute I can be, well, it's duality.
right.
I believe that everybody is bipolar because
Yeah.
everybody has duality.
Yep.
Some people just, especially dealing with trauma, they cannot harness it. They can't control it, which is why it's uncontrollable control. You can manage it. You can take a pill and slow it down, this, that, but that's a band-aid until somebody can get into the head and calm it down.
Right.
So for me, uh, I can be talking, going, and then the next second I'll be angry for no reason at all. It's just like bow, and people look like, "Are you okay?" It is what it is.
Yeah, that was my first client. I'm a mental health therapist. I don't know if you
Okay.
know that. That was my first client, was a bipolar female. She was bipolar, and I learned all about it then.
Hmm.
Um, I have a client now that has dissociative identity disorder.
Hmm.
And what I wanted to explain to the audience, usually with people with that, they had some kind of trauma, and those different my client calls them egos. Um, that's the way they process that trauma. Do you agree with that, or is is that the way you dealt with your trauma? Is through your did?
I learned later in
Mm-hmm.
life that that is how. Because I actually managed to start meeting mine, and I call them angels. I don't call them altars anymore.
Okay.
Um, I call them my angels. Um, and that's exactly to deal with trauma to me. But yes, I do agree. The brain will pretty much, like anything that happens to the body, it will start to try to defend against or
Yep.
heal itself in some kind of way, shape, or form.
Hmm.
So because trauma can be completely great, that's exactly what it did. It's got alters or
Hmm.
angels or somebody else or disassociate, which there's nothing wrong with that. That's literally, for most of us, our way of def- defending ourselves from something
Yep.
that is literally traumatizing, and we don't want to deal with it. So we disassociate.
That's true. And that's why I'm glad you're on, because I think the movies, entertainment world has made did seem so scary and bad, but
Split.
it's like you said, we all have a little bit of everything. I tell all my clients that it's when it
Mhm.
starts to impact your functioning, that's
Mhm.
when it becomes a problem. So tell us, why did you write this book? What was what
Um,
made you sit down and go, "Oh, I'm gonna write a book."
my wife,
Oh,
like,
good. Hmm.
seriously, I did not know there was no. I used to write poetry to get girls. Um, that was
Hmm.
something I did in high school. I've always read poetry, and she said when I got with her, because she works for the library,
Okay.
she's a book reviewer, and she said one day, just write. She'd be giving me notebooks. So I'd be writing. And for the whole year, I'd be writing poetry, just writing. I go to work and save a lot, writing poetry. I'm driving for Uber Eats, I'm writing whatever happens. If I'm going through a manic session, I'm writing it down as it's happening. And in November, mind you, I had COVID twice. I was in 2 car accidents. All in this, because I've only been back here in South Carolina for about a year and 7.5 months.
Okay.
So all of this happened. And in November of last year, somebody connected to her library found one of my poems, because I'd been giving my poems out to Angela Thomas Smith, the Queen of Collaboration. She's on Facebook. She's huge, and she collaborates. And she put my poems in a whole bunch of magazines all across the world.
That's awesome.
So the library said, we want to give you a book signing. I didn't even have a book. So to me, that was the goddess and the universe saying, all right, here you go. This is your door. So when opportunity knocks for me, I kick the door off the hinges, and I make sure to burn the lock so you cannot go back and try to shut it.
Good for you.
So
do you have one of your poems you can read to us so that people out there can see what your book is kind of about, and then kind of explain to us what that poem means to you?
Sure.
And people, the audience out there, you can ask questions anytime y'all want to jump in. I'm sure Ervin will be okay in answering questions.
I sure will. So this one is entitled The Inner Me. And let me give you a backstory on that. I was raised in the church. Church. I mean, it was just, even when I was in foster care, it was church. I was the musician. And they'd always talk about the enemy this, the enemy that, the enemy that. And I'd listen to sermons later on growing up, and I hear people say, well, it's not the enemy, it's the inner me. So what this poem is called, The Inner Me. And this is how I perceive what's going on inside. This enemy seems to be taking control of my mind, you see, because I keep trying to just be at peace within me. Yet it seems like there's a we that I'm trying to flee so I can see clearly. Racing through my mind, these visions try to blind me from seeing where to climb so I can go for mine in a decent time that allows my mind to flow freely. Thoughts of my deepest fears turn into angry tears or frustrated, wasted years of drinking confusing beers, listening to all the jeers of my fellow peers picking on me. Being bullied for being different, wishing to God for having sent normalcy because being crazy spent way too much time being bent out of shape. Because of trauma suppressed later in life, I'm depressed from trying to impress those normal defects that affect my dialect because I stay on the defensive. It's hard enough being Black while consistently under mental attack, physically being dispatched to every kind of bullcrap that decides to kill me. Domestic violence on the rise, people hide behind silent cries at police. We depend on lies because the ties to the community are broken, leaving voices unspoken because somebody's being choked, waiting for help. White supremacy is the new legacy. Racist fascists be screaming for equality while beating down people that are free from being systematically brainwashed. Facing myself, trying to put the spirits on the shelf because all they do is tell me that I'm going to stay in hell because they want me to fail. And that's called The Inner Me.
The Inner Me. Did I spell that right? Did you say INNER?
Yes.
Okay.
The Inner Me. And that was when I came down. I had no idea that domestic violence was so rampant. I was fleeing domestic violence when I came back. I did not know it was such a big thing here. So that's where that bit about domestic violence comes in. But this is my voice. This is all my books are literally, it's me speaking. Because for years, especially in church, well, be humble, be quiet, don't say nothing. You talk too much, shut up. Nobody can get a word in edgewise. I got tired of that. When I hit 40, I literally, I don't know, something clicked. I was like, you know what? I got a mouth. I was mute for 2 fucking years. I had to learn to read, walk, talk, everything. I survived death, literal death 7 times. There are things that my mouth is nasty. And I found out later on that apparently in middle school, my mouth was so nasty, a teacher threw a trash can at me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So
I
you
admit
feel like the church suppressed your voice,
a
and
lot of
it
it.
was that because they wanted you to behave a certain way and you weren't behaving the way that they felt like you should been in church? Is that what it was, or?
For me, at the time, I thought it was just when you're supposed to be quiet in church, so just be quiet, be quiet, be quiet. I started learning later on that, and even though I go to church, it's still religion as a form of control.
Mhm.
People try, especially in the church, to shut down and quiet what number one they don't understand, understand, or
Yep.
overstand. Number two, can't control. So if I can't control you, I'm gonna shut you up or put you over here or try to embarrass you. And number three, uh, I literally am what the church or most Christians pray against. I am what they
Mm,
call legion. I am different. I have mental issues. I am literally, when people are praying, Lord, thank you for waking me up in my right mind. Good for you because you have it.
right.
And that's why so many people leave the church. That's why because literally, and I was in the church. I love playing music for the church. I love praising the Almighty. I do
Mhm.
worship the Spirit, but people have got it twisted.
Twisted.
And a lot of the church has taken everybody that literally means everything to God and said, oh, nope, that's bad. Oh, nope, this is bad. Oh, no, you're bad. Oh, no, you're bad. Yeah, fuck you. No, we're not bad. Because
Right.
before there was religion and this Jesus Christ, who was Yeshua HaMashiach, not Jesus, there was ancestors. Everything
Mhm.
that was going on, we were doing long before. And all of this, even with mental issues, this is not new. In the Black community, it's more now because it's been suppressed
Right.
a
Right.
lot. It's taboo. It's just, oh no, they just need a good ass whooping, he'll be all right. Or take him to church and do that, he'll be all right. No, that's how slavery happened. They shut everybody, shut up, you can't say this.
Exactly. And that's what black people don't get. That
Right.
beating your kids is, to me, is just another form of slavery, and that's the way we
Mhm.
learn to keep people quiet. But I'm so glad that you brought up that the church doesn't really understand like mental
Mhm.
health issues. I
Mhm.
know in my time growing up, because I grew up in a Pentecostal church,
Mhm.
um, it was, if you had some kind of mental health issue or something, they looked at that as like a demonic spirit or something.
Right.
I don't know if you experienced that, because I grew up singing in the church,
Yep.
hanging with musicians, all of that stuff, and
Yep.
so
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. I experienced all of it. And later on in life,
Mhm.
and this is when because I was locked up for a year.
Mhm.
Um, that's when I started really, really breaking down and studying everything, like all over. And if I jump subjects, that's just me. I've learned, I've
And
accepted.
that is fine, and
Thank
that
you.
is
Thank you.
perfect here.
Yep.
Yep.
I've learned that uh that well, the church,
Why is Angela on here? Sorry, somebody just,
it's
I don't
okay.
know. Okay.
Um, People fear what they don't understand, try to
Mhm.
control what they can clearly see is 10 times more powerful or 1,000 times more powerful than them. You shine too bright, people don't like that. They don't want you
Mhm.
to shine too bright. And what I found is that most of the people that shine super bright had to go into the battle. And I heard this on TikTok. This wasn't me. This is on a guy on TikTok. So people that shine so bright had to go literally into the belly of hell itself to get that light.
Right. Right.
So yeah.
Okay. So one of the our audience has said, could you break down did kind of? So I looked it up, dissociation symptoms, and you can add to it, Irvin, as much as you want to. Disassociation is a disconnection between one's conscious awareness and aspects of one's environment, experience, or perceptions. Um, Disassociation is very common, so much so that some claim that it is the third most common of mental health issues. And basically, what I've seen in my client, because my client will come in and I can tell when. he's an alter. Like, because I'll be like, wait a minute. I'll just stop and I'll look and then I'll question. But a lot of the stuff that the symptoms that he has is loss of memory. Like he can't remember a lot of stuff from childhood. And I think that's just to protect
Hmm.
that period of when they went through that trauma. And then can't remember a lot of stuff.
Hmm.
But each altar, you call it an angel, which I love, each
Hmm.
altar kind of, or each angel serves a purpose. And they say, for instance, if that client was struggling with past trauma or something, there's always an altar or an angel to step in and
Hmm.
cover that. So I see you smiling. So what,
That's
help
Thomas.
me out with that. Oh,
Uh,
that's your Thomas.
Thomas is 7 years old. I'm sorry, my
Okay.
bad. 8. He's 8.
Okay.
Yeah. He's because all of us have a childlike innocence. We all have a child in us. Me, I literally, my child comes through. His name is
Hmm.
Thomas. He's 8 years old. In human years, in where he's from, he's like 8,000 years old. All of my angels are, I've kind of likened them to the literal angels that Christians call upon whenever they are normally invoking the Holy Spirit and this, that, the next.
Hmm.
I call them my angels. I'm learning to call on them at will. This has taken a long time, long time.
And that's a process. They call that. I just left my
Integrating,
memory. Yes, you
integrate.
integrate the altars. Yes,
Yes.
yes. Okay.
The movies, me, myself, and Irene had it
Hmm.
uh, more on the head than anything. But there's this one. It's called The United States of Terror. It's on Hulu. By far, it is, to me, about as real as it gets for a person
Hmm.
with D.I.D.
Okay.
Split was okay. It was good, but Hollywood, they take anything that is supposed to be meant to be traumatizing or for people to pay attention to, and they glamorize it and they entertain it. They gloss
Exactly.
it up, and which I get it. I do if that's what you want to do, but why don't you, instead of hiring actors that have no clue and they actually have to watch to learn about it, why don't you take the actual people that deal with it and put them out there? Tracy Ullman did it. The Tracy Ullman show. She had no,
Oh yeah, I remember that show.
yes, she did.
Yeah. Hmm.
Um, and it nobody ever knew that she had these issues. Because in the white community, it's this is supposedly it's just a white issue. And
Hmm.
our people, black, oh, that's white people, white people, white people. Bullshit.
Yep.
It's everybody.
It's us, but it's like you said earlier, is that our and Jennifer Lewis too. Thank you, Keisha. Keisha, your
Yes,
cousin is
Jennifer
on.
Lewis.
Keisha, your
Yes.
cousin is on. Irvin.
What's
She
up,
said,
Keish?
"I'm proud of you."
My cousin Keisha knows more of my altars than I did.
Hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, Jennifer Lewis, she's another one. I love her.
I love her too.
I watched
Yeah.
her thing. She was like, I was a bipolar hoe. I was like, bitch, me too.
But I'm glad you're being open and
Mhm,
vulnerable about this, because a lot of people, I think, they get scary because of, and it's like Karen said too, they made it entertainment.
mhm.
And that's one thing my client, me and him work through, is just, seeing, letting those altars be there and not like making it this big thing. Like there's a
Right.
problem. It's like you said, when people in church and they get the Holy Spirit, that's, you're
Same
calling
thing.
on, right.
All right. I can sit there and say that, oh, you're a schizophrenic. You're hearing voices. I mean, you're like, well, I hear God say, well, shit, I hear voices too. How come mine are bad?
Right, right. And so what else would you like us to know about your book? I'm about to put the because I want people to purchase it. I'm gonna put the link up on the
Okay.
Amazon link right there. But
Okay.
what's something else you want us to know about your book? So y'all make sure y'all go. If y'all have any questions for Erin, please ask. But make
Ah,
sure you go out and purchase a copy of this book. I'm gonna go get it because I want it for my clients. I'm gonna suggest it to my clients because, how do you feel like you started to take control of all of the bipolar and the did? How do you feel like you started to take control of it?
When I went to Seattle, and that was back in 2011. Um, but it was like a wake up call to be like, okay, you know what? Things started happening
Mhm.
with me, and I couldn't put my finger on it. But I always knew there was something different. I did have one time when I was getting a job as a skip tracer, and
Mhm.
I was on the phone with the guy that I'm getting a job from, and I heard this voice on the phone say, "Hey, I'm the devil, and every time you try to succeed, I'm going to be there to make you fail." I put it on speakerphone so the other people could hear, and the guy, he was like, "Is this a joke? Sir, I don't know who this is." And the voice came on again, said, "I'm the devil. Every time you try to succeed, I'm going to be there to make you fail." So not only do I deal with mental issues, I deal with that too. I got control. Well, I don't even think I got control. I think I decided to take a big step. Actually, it wasn't even me, because if it's me, I'm going to be like, yeah, I did that. But I know the Almighty. I've seen things, and I'll be like, yeah, that wasn't me. That's
Mhm.
my book just made it into Walmart. Oh yeah, big thing. It's in Walmart. Yeah, that wasn't me.
Woo.
Yes, yeah. So when I decided to go for disability,
Mhm.
because I couldn't hold down a job. I've never held down a job. I've had lots. So when people
Mhm.
say, "Oh, I can't find a job," bullshit.
Mhm.
I find them all, good ones too. Just couldn't keep it. And I couldn't figure out that, well, later on it was, oh, I had issues. And when you have mental issues, everybody can see it. Everybody. I don't care who, they just know. So when I decided to get to disability, I decide to take control, or at least learn of how
Mhm.
I can be, I guess, a better me, because I did a lot of things that I'm not proud of. I've got CDV on my record from a long time ago. I've been arrested for solicitation and prostitution. I've lied. I've stolen. I've broken hearts along the damn way.
Mhm.
Done a lot of things. Um, when I went to Seattle, I got on disability. That's when I decided to learn about me. So I started learning about what bipolar was. Everything that I was diagnosed with, I just went throughout life living.
Mhm.
I didn't. To me, there wasn't a problem. I was like, "Ain't no problem with me. Y'all got the problem.
Right.
I'm doing just fine." But I wasn't. I was just surviving. I was going through. I was playing the cards that I was dealt.
Dealt. Mhm.
And that's what most people don't realize, that not everybody that goes through mental issues is going to be a Jennifer Lewis, or is going to go this, that doesn't happen for everybody.
Right. Right.
Every
Right.
situation
It's
is
different.
all of
Mhm.
it. And it took me about 15 years of every pill and up there, lots of psychiatric help, all of that. I dug. And that's one thing I want to stress to everybody. I don't care if you got mental issues, it's your job, your responsibility to, you may not control it, but you need to get a handle on it, because people are scared of us.
Mhm.
Uh, period. They don't have to say it. It's got a bad stigmatism. And
Stigma. Yeah.
yeah, and there's a lot of people that it's not managed. You can't control it, but it can be managed. But a lot
Right.
of people have stopped caring for people with mental issues. Um, and they look at the people with mental, well, you can do it. If this person can do it, that no, it's not,
No.
it took
Right.
me years to get to the person that I am now. Even though I've been living, it took a long time to get for me to sit here and be like, okay, this, and this. And I've had
Mhm.
to eat every single bad thing that I've ever done. Everything. My son faced me down, and I had to hold that right there was like, oh yeah, God done healed me, because who? But he deals with
Mhm.
dissociation and mental issues, and my other children, they deal with these, and that's the part that hurts me the most. I can't do anything about that.
Right.
I
Right.
did not. That was something that was given to me, and
It passed on down to.
exactly. And um, I've done a lot of work on myself. a whole lot of work on myself. And it took me years, even this year, to sit back and go, you know what? I'm fucking proud of myself.
And I'm proud of you. That's the first thing that popped in my. I'm proud of you because sitting here talking to you, I don't see any of that. Like I just see a person that's worked on
Mhm.
themselves, which we
Mhm.
all need to work on ourselves.
Yeah.
None of us can judge. All of us have past that we look back and like, why did I do that?
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh. And
Mhm.
so I'm proud of you sitting here and proud of you writing this book and sharing your story and allowing people to see a black man that
Mhm.
struggled with mental health and is not ashamed of it. And that's my goal of this show always is to pull mental health stories so that our community can start to seek mental health because I think the church has damaged that too as well. It's like pray about it. Okay, well, I think you have to do some work. Like you said, you have to seek help. You have to
Yes.
um, get your mental health treated. Your cousin says, "I'll always love you, cousin." Um,
I will
the tr-
always love her. I used to have a crush on her. I did because I was in foster care. So when I met my family, to me, I'm
they were
like,
kind of strangers, like kind of.
yeah, to me, they were strangers. And plus, I had alters back then. So I did not know. But to me, shoot, I didn't have sex with my sister for 2 years
Hmm.
before I knew that she was my sister. But that's what foster care, that's what
Does
separation did.
right,
It is what it is. So in
right,
our community, in community, period, people say, well, you need to pray. You can't tell a person that wakes up and they have to shut down more than 15 voices to pray
right.
because they can't.
Decipher who's which one to
Right.
listen to, what to how to process this. It's a lot.
It's a lot. And even if you just have bipolar, it's still, you can't, well, pray. Okay. Number one, and this is something I went through. For this almighty God that does all this, why the fuck am I going through this?
Hmm.
That's the first thing that I'm like, psh, pray to what? For what? Look at me. Look at this world. Look, but I had to find my inner self and the inner God and goddess within me and be like, okay, you know what? Shit happens. It's called life,
Hmm.
you know. Um, but people need to, number one, don't just look at people and say, well, I'll pray for you. No, everybody that deals with the issue, they need help. Number one,
Need
they
help.
want to
Right.
be heard. That's number
Right.
one. Hear them. Okay.
Hmm.
Number two, know that when you're not dealing with the normal person, I do say normal because even my therapist said normal is subjective. Bullshit. Normal people get up, they brush their teeth, they drink their coffee, pat the kids, and they off to work, and everything is hunky dory. No, that's normal.
Hmm.
I've never lived a normal day in my damn life, and I'm actually glad because had not what happened to me happened, I cannot tell you that I have the heart that I have today. I love to a fault. I
Hmm.
fall in love really fast, and I leech on. That's another thing people need to know. We're different. We don't think
Hmm.
like normal people. We don't walk. We look like, but we are literally just trying to, like everybody else, fit in. Like the
Hmm.
LGBTQ, fit in. Like black people,
Hmm.
fit in. Like the Mexicans, just fit in. But when you have literally what's supposed to be the most powerful force, which is the church on the planet, saying that's bad, that's bad, that's bad, well, fuck you then.
Right.
So everybody is doing their own. I'm in a bunch of Facebook groups and I hear people every day crying for help. And if you can help somebody, and this for everybody listening, tell them how to get the help. Don't just say, well, you need help. You
Tell
know that
them.
they have an issue. You see the issue. Don't be a selfless bastard and just be like, well, shit, you do this because I'm going to go over here and make this money. Okay, good for fucking you. If you're not going to help, get the fuck out the way. And
Right.
one more thing I want to say, and this has been burning me up because I've dealt with it. Stop normal people getting into relationship with people that have mental issues if you are not ready for war. Because we fight war every fucking
Everything.
day.
Hmm.
Period. And if they tell you that they have mental issues, believe it, research it, and don't act surprised later when those mental issues actually come
Start
down.
to happen.
Oh
Right.
my God, I'm so shocked. No, motherfucker, you're not shocked. because I'm a very upfront person. I tell you my entire life. That's how I greet people. Because I want people to know upfront what you're dealing with. Now, if you choose you want to keep messing with me, cool. If you don't, still cool. But research. Everybody needs to do research and know that the book is just the basis. It's just like the Bible. It's just a foundation, people. Get to know the person. And if you're going to get into a relationship with them, know that you're going to sign up for another war. So just saying.
And you have to make sure you understand that. Like I see it every day in therapy sessions. But you're right. People, if I want the church to stop saying pray about it, okay, you can pray about it, but also provide some kind of direction for that person to go in. Like here's some therapists that works with that particular problem, or here's some psychiatrists or psychologists that work with this particular problem. But I don't think the church goes to that next level. It's always about just pray about it. And it even says it in the Bible, faith without works is dead. So if you don't do any work for that problem, I don't think prayer is enough. And I'm probably getting chewed out for saying this stuff, but
no, that's okay. I'm a pastor. I literally am a pastor. I got ordained a few months ago. So yeah, I'm that too. And I will speak against all of them. I'm that one. I'm like Yeshua. I'm the rebel. I'm gonna speak against everybody, all of them in the church, because pray about what? Jesus said love. So forget everything else. The church now is a big business about money. It's all money. Money. Which I read the Bible, I studied it and every single thing else. And the one thing that Yeshua, number one, couldn't stand was, well, you're not going to turn my father's house into money. That was number one. Number two, the devil offered Jesus everything. Money, gold, silver, this, that. So while the church is praying, what exactly are you saying? Hallelujah. Oh, I got me a house. I got $1,000. Are you sure that was from God?
Right.
Which one? Because Psalms 82:6 says, I have said ye are gods, and ye are all children of the Most High, but you shall fall like princes and die like men. Everybody's a god and a goddess. I'm a god, period. Anybody has to say about it, fuck you, I don't give a damn. I know who I am. And that's the bottom line. And the church probably hates me. Good. I don't care, because the church made me a pastor, which gave me authorization to pull down hell or raise hell or pull down heaven. And that's what I did.
Awesome. So any questions out there, y'all? I know me and Ervin are just talking. Are there any questions out there about the book? On the screen, I'm showing, and make sure y'all share this video. I think a lot of people need to see this video, because what I'm getting out of this video is that Ervin is highlighting different mental health issues that we all experience, or we seen somebody experience, and we probably ignored them or were afraid of them and pushed them away. But now it's time for our community to help people with mental health disorders and make sure they get the help. And that's my mission in as being a therapist, is to do that. Like, so anything else you want to tell us about your book? So we know we can get it on Amazon, we can get it on Walmart now.
Amazon, Walmart, Lulu, Kindle, Barnes and Nobles. I am literally internationally known on the microphone. But yeah, literally, I'm everywhere. My book is everything. It started out because it's got also my loving side. I was writing to my wife a lot. So you're going to meet all of my angels in this book. I go from love to mannequin, which I just got through mannequin. That was all the talking. I was mannequin, but hey, it's all right. I go through all of it in this. This is my introduction to me, basically, because really I'm just talking to me. I'm talking to my higher self, getting it all out the way that I know how.
And we call that journaling, and it's very therapeutic to write and get the stuff out of your head and put it on paper. And that's what I feel like your book is. That's why I can't wait to read it. So it has poetry and other things. It's all poetry.
Just poetry.
Oh, great.
I took everything. I had I was mannequin and seizing, and I took that and I wrote it as it was happening in poetry form, so that more people can see number one, inside of my mind, you don't have to deal with big words and fancy this, that, and that. This is what it is. This is what I'm going through, and it rhymes. So a 3-year-old could be like, "Oh, okay,
I can read that.
yeah, I
Okay.
get it now." Like, "Oh, I get. Wow, okay, cool. Whoa." So it's a journey. And I put a tornado on the front because, again, a tornado you can't control. Yet it is controlled.
Right, because it stays
It
into that
stays
circular motion.
right.
Yep. Hmm.
And it's going around. This is what goes in my head. The fedoras, well, I love me some fedoras.
I was
I
gonna
love,
ask you about those. So
I
they're just something you
love
like.
God. Ever since Harlem Nights, I was like, oh man, and I look good with fedora. I am sexy, and I know it. Yes,
Okay. So anything else before we close out? Any questions out there?
y'all go ahead,
Everybody's
ask away.
quiet.
There's no such thing as to whatever. Ask whatever you want.
And make sure you go out and get this book. That's the
Oh
biggest
yes,
thing, so that you can.
grab
So you
my.
s- so you said when you were mannequin, what does that mean in your words for people
To
who are out
me,
there that don't know what that means?
in the medical world, mannequin means if you like start talking really fast, and you really can't slow down. You just start going. That's called mannequin. That's why they call it manic depressive, because
Impressive.
you go up and you go high, and then you drop down.
Drop. Right.
Me, I've changed it. I don't manic. I vibrate at a very high frequency. And
Okay.
once I get to that peak of the vibrating, it'll come down because I'm learning to meditate and I got my crystals, even though my cousin said the crystals are for people that need the energy and I already have it.
Have the energy. Okay.
Um, but I've got my CBD tea, I've got chamomile. It's been a struggle to get to what you actually see, and I'm very intelligent. I went to college,
Hmm.
law school in Seattle, so I know law. I'm about to go to law school again in the fall at Trident Tech. I am a chef. I am a musician. I am a singer. Also, Scratch Made Comedy LLC. We just formed a comedy show. Uh, yeah, so do a lot. But what you see is a culmination of work. This is work.
You
Okay,
put in the work.
you put in the work for, and it's not really for everybody. It's not for everybody else. It's for you.
For gotcha.
It's for you. Uh, period. Everybody else, if they can't get with it, it is what it is. You know,
All
they're
right.
not. Lots of people. I didn't have a lot of people fall off,
Hmm.
and I didn't fell away because I had a habit. I get in a relationship, and I was always Mister Fix It. I had to save people because I'm a hero, and I know I'm a
Hmm.
hero. But I had issues. I jump in and then jump out, jump in, jump out. So what you see is work
The
until
work.
work, lots of work. It's not the kind of work that you want to sign up for or that you want to, because if I could change it,
Hmm.
honestly, I would. If I could hold down a job for like 20 years, I would. If I could get in a stable relationship and make it work, I would. If I could.
Hmm.
But this is me. It's the hand I was dealt. I'm always going to be who I am. Take me, like me, love me, or leave me the hell alone. And buy
Period.
my book.
And buy
Period.
the book.
Period. No tampon. Period. No tampon. My neighbors started saying it. It's like, period, no tampon. I was like, I'm taking that.
So we thank you so much for sharing your story and sharing your book. Like I said, people, please go out there and get the book so you can see and read the poetry. Um, Uncontrollable Control by Ervin Middleton. And you can
Junior.
just, what's that?
Make sure you put junior. Yeah, I'm
Junior.
a junior. Yeah.
Oh, you're a junior. Okay.
I'm a junior,
And
yeah.
and what I did is I just Googled the actual uncontrollable control and it
Mhm.
pulled up. So if you forget, but make sure you share this video too and get it out so people can see
Mhm.
and discuss mental health issues and sell this book. And thank you so much again, sir, for joining in.
Thank
Um,
you for doing
and
what you do.
thank you. Thank you. I love this. So what I'm planning on in the future is getting all the authors that's been on the show is to kind of do a conference and have everybody come in and kind of just speak. So
Mhm.
I'll send you information on that once I do that. I'm gonna pay all the authors during that time because it's gonna be a conference, and so we'll invite people to come. But I would love for you to come on there and present your book and talk about your life.
Awesome. I would love to.
Yeah. And so Tanisha says, I'm dealing with mental health. Hold on. I'm dealing with someone at work that I know has deep mental issues. At first, I was in his corner and had his back. Lately, I have given up and don't want to deal with him. Any suggestions? I'll let you answer that, Irving. Um,
Um, yes.
Thank you for asking that, Tanisha.
Yeah. Get a therapist. If you're dealing with somebody that has mental issues, you're going to need therapy yourself, Tanisha, because I know you want to give up. Don't. It's hard. It's a hard road to toe, but you have to remember that these are whoever it is, they're battling wars and that you cannot see.
See,
Don't give
yep,
up. Keep pushing. Talk to a therapist. My wife talks to a therapist. I tell everybody, if you get with me, I'm going to give you a therapist because you need to talk to somebody because this is not well. It's I guess it's like they say in the church. It's not for the faint of heart
right.
like you're going to fight. You are going. That's the biggest battle in the world is to fight to be yourself. Period.
And that's all they're trying to do, but it's hard when you have those voices and all this these emotions going up and down, and you're in
Yes.
different states, and then if you had trauma on top of that,
That heightens
that's a
it,
whole nother, yeah, that's a whole nother level. But
and then
thank you for
everything
the
going on in the world does not help. This new versus Wade thing that just wow.
right.
Seek help. Get a
Yeah.
therapist, Tanisha. Talk with somebody and give them a big hug. Because 9 times out of 10, we just want a hug, just a
Yep.
big hug, and I'm there. We know that you don't know what the hell we're going through, but just being there and be honest. I don't know what you're dealing with. Always be honest. Be completely honest. But yeah, you seek help, get a therapist, talk with somebody, let them know I'm dealing with this because you got to get it off of you.
Right. Good answer.
How about you? You're actually a professional doctor, so
So my
please.
thing is, I mean, it's like you said earlier, you notice when someone is different or has, different behaviors and things like that. I always suggest therapy right away. I'm like, you know, um, therapist is needed, but I think she's saying, I don't know if she's dealing with him on a romantic level or is it just a coworker. But get help for yourself, like Irvin said, but also seek help if you can somehow convince that person to seek a therapist. That would be my goal. I'm always telling people do therapy if you're in a relationship, if you're a new couple, you've only known them for a few. In therapy you can talk to the therapist, you can talk to somebody and give them the information and talk about stuff that's bothering you so that they can professionally diagnose things that you're going through. So put that coworker, if you can, you know me, so I'm a therapist. I can help you find a therapist. But me being friends, I can't see you as client. So that's always I always have to tell people that. Uh, Kelly says, um, it'll drain you filling your trash can up with other people's problems. Well, I do that every day, and it doesn't drain me because I know how to do self-care and I know how to leave it there. My
Mhm,
goal is always to make sure that person is becoming the best version of themselves. And that's what I
mhm,
feel like Irvin is. You're the best version of yourself right now because you did all the work with the therapist and all of that stuff. And
mhm,
so that's where I try to get my clients to go. And that's what I would do, Tanisha, for that coworker. That's why I say it's so enlightening, um, to help somebody get to a therapist when they had no clue that somebody out there could help them. And
mhm,
yeah, Kelly, it does drain you, and that's what Irvin is saying. Be
mhm,
prepared if you run into somebody and they're upfront and they're telling you they're having mental health issues, but they still like you and want to talk to you. go to a therapist yourself. Prepare,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you really love the person. Prepare yourself. Y'all go to therapy together, whatever it takes to kind of work through
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm. Yep, definitely. And if you know that your trash can is full, then don't voluntarily go to help somebody else with their trash. It's
Right.
okay. Matter of fact, with people dealing with mental instabilities, it's best if you be like upfront, be like, you know what? I'm not sure this is going to
And I
work
can.
out.
Right.
Be upfront because we take rejection and things way different than everybody else. Way different. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I love that. Yeah, because sometimes if you're going through so much, you can't handle somebody else
Mhm.
adding to that, and you have to know yourself and know how much emotional uh, stuff that you can handle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good questions, y'all. Good questions out there. Any more before we disconnect? We're in our hour. I cut it off at an hour. But thank you so much, Irvin, for coming. I love your book. I love the idea of. I love when people share their stories, and that's what I did in my book as well. So I'm right there with you,
Awesome.
because I feel like people need to hear these stories, especially African American males and females, or
Hmm.
people of color in general.
Yeah.
That hey, therapy is not just for white people. It's not just for rich people. It's for
Mhm.
people that need help, and you can use church and therapy
Mhm.
together
Yeah.
to help you. And
Hmm.
so I want to give everybody thank you for joining tonight. Give you your Friday night back, and thank everybody for taking the time to um, be here. Especially Irvin, make sure you go out and get that book.
Get the
Uh,
book.
yes.
The book. Get the book. Oh, and for can I just say one more thing?
Yep, you got it.
What you see behind me?
I was wondering what that is. What is that?
My wife Patrice Grimble. She does paparazzi. Y'all find her on Facebook. That's Grimball. Ladies, gentlemen, whoever. Listen, paparazzi. Buy it. And she's a book reviewer. So y'all, hey, psh,
And
okay.
tell her to put the link in this video so it'll be there. Like
Oh,
she can type it in there.
she's listening. She'll probably
Okay.
talk.
Okay. Yeah, just type it in there and then it'll be there right where this is. So you get that
Mhm,
advertisement too. I love that. I love
mhm.
entrepreneur and doing business for yourself. All
Yes.
right, y'all. So happy Friday. Make sure you do self care. Make sure you are taking care of yourself this weekend. Do something fun for yourself. Be intentional about it.
Hmm.
If you're struggling, please make sure if you're struggling with life in general, make sure you see a therapist. We know how to look for behavior patterns and see what is creating this issue for you that you may be struggling with. But thank you, Irvin. They're saying congratulations on your book. Karen says thank you for sharing, Irvin. I
Thank
congrats
you.
and congrats on your book.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And Tanisha says congratulations to you and thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for having me. Thank you for allowing me to be free to be me.
Yes. And then Juanita Mass says congratulations.
Juanita, hey! Oh my
Yeah.
God, I love her. Yeah, oh my God. Y'all got to get with her. She's another one. She deals with mental issues and is a powerhouse. Yes,
Okay.
yes,
So
yes.
we have to connect with her too and bring her on.
Connect with her, connect with Angela, Thomas Smith, Queen of Collaborate. Listen, there's a big, huge web of connection. So anybody else dealing with mental issues, you're not alone. Just reach out. Somebody's got you.
Yes, I love that. I love the resources and that we have in our community, and let's use them. Let's not suffer in silence, as we say,
Right.
because you're too scared or you think people are going to judge you. Who cares? People are going to say stuff about you no matter what. You can do the most fabulous thing, and they're still going to find something to say about it. So
Yep.
anyway, thank y'all for joining the Dr. Dare Show live on Facebook and YouTube. We'll see you next week for another author. And thank you, Irvin, again. And make sure you go get the book. I'm going to order my copy as soon as we get off of here. All right.
Namaste. Namaste.
All right, y'all. Have a good weekend.